Good morning from the mountains of Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We came out here this morning. You know, whenever I see mountains, first of all, I just love it. We love Jesus. We think of the mountains with Jesus. But I always hear an old song, and it says, the God of the mountain is still God in the valley. When things go wrong, he'll make them right. I looked and opened up in the Psalms that David, I want y'all to see this, because I want to show you this. In Psalm 30, verse 6, he says, now in my prosperity, I said, I shall not be moved. You know, when things are going great, when you're on that mountaintop and everything's great, right? It's like, I'm never going to be moved. You know, it's like Peter, I'm not going to deny you, Jesus. So here we've got David in Psalm 30, verse 6. It said, now in my prosperity, I said, I want you to notice that. He said, I said, I shall never be moved. Now what happens? He gets to 31, the very next chapter. And he's talking about, Lord, I'm putting my trust in you. Bow down your ear. Evidently, he's now in the valley, right? He was on the mountaintop saying, all in all these blessings, I'm not going to be moved. Now he's in Psalm 31. He's talking, he's telling God, you're my rock, you're my fortress. But I want you to see in verse 22. For I said in my haste. How often we say things out of emotion or out of just haste. He said in my haste, I'm cut off before your eyes. It's gone. I'm cut off. I'm cut off. Look at this. 30 verse 6 said, in my prosperity, I said, I shall not be moved. But now he's saying, I said in my haste, I'm cut off. I'm cut off. God, where are you? You don't see me, right? But I love it that he don't stop there. He's got a nevertheless there. Nevertheless, you heard the voice of my supplication when I cried to you. You know, I love that. I felt so many of us can identify with that. We're on that mountaintop. We say, I'm not going to be moved. We even had a song, I shall not be moved. Just like a tree planted by the waters. But one chapter later, maybe one day later, maybe 1 hour later, we're facing something. And we're like, we're cut off. It's gone. I'm cut off from God. But there's a nevertheless. And I want us to be reminded of that nevertheless. You know, I always look at that word and I think of the disciples out fishing all night, caught nothing. And God says, okay, now it's time. Jesus said, cast your net. Lord, we fished. Nevertheless, at your word.